Hi there, my name's Antony Sammeroff and I'm a relationship coach and communication trainer. I wanted to make a video post called No More Shouting Matches Ever. Does that sound good to you? I want to start by asking you a couple of questions. First of all, have you ever seriously considered owning a slave? Chances are you probably haven't. How about hitting a close friend or a partner? I'm thinking that chances are you probably haven't done that either. But why is that? The reason why is we have certain standards in our society which are that it's unacceptable to own slaves and it's unacceptable to commit an act of violence against another person. But what is not unacceptable to do socially is to scream at someone else who's close to you, or to call them names, or to swear at them. At least that's not unacceptable to most people. What I want to tell you is it can be unacceptable to you. Yes, you can live a life where no one ever shouts at you, no one ever swears at you, or calls you names. And the best place to start is by making that the standard of conduct that you accept and expect from both yourself and your relationship partners, be they close friends or relatives or the person that you're in love with and your children. Some people, when they're growing up, maybe got some messages that all parents shout at each other, but that's not true. In my work, I've spoken to people all over the world. I've spoken to parents who've never shouted at their children, never mind hit them. It's just something that parents sometimes tell their kids to allow them to continue behaving the way that they behave. And it's very damaging because what you're doing is saying to that person, lower their expectations, that it's okay for people to treat them in ways that are stressful, like by shouting at them or calling them names or swearing at them. I have that ground rule in all my relationships. We never have shouting matches because I had a stressful childhood with lots of shouting and I really don't want to repeat those triggers in my life. It upsets me. Now that doesn't mean that no one in my life ever raises their voice a little bit higher than they should or speaks in a way that's challenging or difficult for someone else. But it does mean we do have an understanding that that's not ideally how we'd like to treat one another. We're not infallible and mistakes can be made, but we know what the standard of behaviour we expect is, and we do what we can to live up to giving that standard of behaviour, and if we fail, we apologise. We have a different expectation, we have a higher expectation, so that when someone crosses a boundary like that, everyone knows it's a boundary violation and they know that it's their job to apologise and make some ground and say, sorry, I got a bit angry, or let's calm down a bit, retool, and see if there's another way that we can solve this conflict. Now, I would much rather someone told me, you know what, Anthony, I am absolutely furious at you, than shouted at me, because that I can work with. I can say, yeah, I hear that you're angry, let's sit down and talk about it. The important thing is that everyone needs the opportunity to speak about what they feel and how we can help each other enjoy one another's company more. Because let's face it, the main reason why people shout is to grab other people's attention, to show the severity of emotion they're experiencing, or if they think they won't get heard if they speak normally. Under these circumstances, you can simply say, excuse me, you're raising your voice at me, or I can see you're angry, but it's not acceptable for you to be shouting at me. It's not acceptable to me for you to be calling me names. Excuse me, I really don't appreciate you swearing at me. If they continue this behaviour despite the fact that you've objected clearly and politely, then it's time to leave the conversation, leave the situation if you can, and wait for them to get back to you and apologise. If they don't apologise, then you might want to be considering why you have this chaotic person in your life. The antidote is to make sure that everyone in the relationship knows that their needs can be heard if they are expressed in a healthy and conscious way. This is setting a standard that everyone can reach, and if everyone follows, our relationships will be more harmonious. Don't shout, don't call names, don't use hurtful adjectives. If you ever shout at someone, when you're calmed down, you should apologize and ask them to forgive you. Once you call your lady a bitch or call your man a selfish bastard, there is no way to unsay it. There's no way for them to unhear it. That is not something that can be easily forgotten. Hurtful adjectives are verbal spanks. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Say you're angry and ask to talk about it. Or say you're so angry you'll need to calm down before talking about it. We don't always have to be right, but we always have a right to how we feel and to be engaged in a process of someone so that we can resolve conflicts effectively, meaningfully, and in a way that makes both people feel like their needs have been considered. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please share it on Facebook, share it on social media, email it to your friends and family. Spread the word so that we can all enjoy more fulfilling relationships. If you have a question you'd like me to do a video about, please send me an email or leave a comment on this video, and check out my website at www.enrichyourlife.co. Also, please be aware that if you're having any conflicts you could use some help resolving, I am available on Skype, and that is an area of speciality for me. Thank you. See you again soon.